Hello, hello. Oh, had an itchy. I know it's been a good moment, a good while, stuff like that. Been hearing a lot about this HR Quad 6. I'm not going to say it. If y'all don't know what quad is by now, I don't know. Go look it up, something, I don't know. But yeah, HR Quad 6. And, I mean, I read... it's still in the preliminaries. It hasn't passed through the House or the Senate or none of that just yet. It's still an introduction. So, when I first heard about it, like last week, when it was first put out, like May 1st, something like that. When I heard about it last week, I went on the Congress website like a few days later, briefly looked at it for a moment. It's like, yeah, this contract tracing nonsense. And then, also hearing that they're having businesses write down the names and the phone numbers and the addresses of their customers and other nonsense, on the sake of contact tracing, we've got to trace whoever is supposedly infected with coronavirus. But that makes no damn sense. Like, if they're, this is also another reason why they've been really upon this whole thing of asymptomatic. I'm not trying to jump, but, contact tracing, if it's someone who has COVID, what the fuck ever, and they get in contact with someone else, but the other one is asymptomatic, or say they just, I don't know, the person just went to their cousin's house, like, being COVID positive or whatever the fuck. They're still trying to track everybody that they have been involved in and involved with. But back to the whole asymptomatic thing, they can go ahead and claim, those of us who are asymptomatic, not saying that I have it, but like when it comes down to the TB test, I'm asymptomatic. That's why I said that. But anyways, it's basically to get us in fear of ourselves. So, the person who is asymptomatic and they have a cough and they've been around that person who is COVID-19 positive, then that supposedly gives them the right and the reason, based on that bill, to do whatever means necessary. Or if it's just someone who just has a cough, not COVID positive, or just asymptomatic, even though they're trying to get us in fear of ourselves, those of us who have healthy immune systems and shit like that, we're supposed to be scared of ourselves and be, oh, I'm in fear that I might have it, oh my gosh, I don't know. Where's my damn tea? Hold on. Where's my tea? No, you know what? How about this? I'm going to do it like this. You know what? Hold on. Nah, I'm going to get this in a better light. You see that? You got mint, you got fiddle leaves, you got hibiscus, you got red clove, yeah, I did say mint, oregano, lots of things up in there to promote a healthy immune system. I hope y'all seen that. I hope I wasn't too close. Anti-hoozle, just decided to show, and I make it various ways, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, point being, that's what it's about right there. Even if you're asymptomatic, oh my gosh, now I got that damn word asymptomatic stuck in my head. Even if your immune system don't work correctly, it still adapts to things that strengthen it and promote it and blah blah blah, help it to be, healthier. But apparently nowadays we need Big Pharma to save us. more dependency on what? Government. Stupid. Why does this part just keep sticking up? Whatever. Anyway, so I went and I looked at, the HR Quad 6 thingy, the TRACE Act, testing, reaching, contacting, everyone act. And I wrote down a few things. It was short. Don't know if once they pass it, at least in the House, if they're going to add any more, or if they're going to add anything to it while it's still in its infancy stage. Anyways, first one, the first section, it states what it is. Awards grants to eligible entities to conduct testing for COVID and other related activities, i.e. forced vaccinations, because that would be, conduct testing for COVID and other related, that would be part of other related activities, forced vaccinations or snatching up your children, based on a false positive test, because, they're trying to get that shit going on in California. From what I understand, it's in Ventura County is where it's starting at. Yeah. Anti-hoozle. Next one, contact tracing. If those who don't really know what it is, I just gave a brief summary. Okay. Oh, wait, no. This is how they're talking about contact tracing. I don't know why I keep saying contract. Ooh, that was a weird one. Okay, contact tracing through mobile health units as necessary at residences and other purposes. Once again, it's not your children taking up your elderly grandmother or whatever. If you test positive for COVID, or you just have a little cough or a sneeze, and somebody want to claim coronavirus, whatever. And then they also have a lot, it's becoming out more about the false positives and some more shit when it comes down to the testing. Like, really? Anyways. Okay. And I'm still waiting to be, waiting to get a complete answer on this. Why CDC and who are nonprofit organizations, who are supposed to be our foundations of health, I don't fucking know, are having so much pull. But I forgot one thing I forgot to do was look up the Secretary of Human and Health Services. Anyways, but the part I kind of found a bit off was, this is referring to Okay, grants, I'm just going to read it. Grants given by Secretary of Health and Human Services, acting through CDC, is also putting out the orders via CDC, and that might be why, the CDC is getting a lot of pull. I'm just like kind of going wrong, because I kind of wrote down my notes, things that I would have said in the notes, so instead of like kind of sidebarring it, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah. I'm thinking that because, it's this whole acting through type of shit, it's the reason why CDC is getting a lot of pull. I don't know about WHO or NIH. When NIH, I could see going back to Fauci. But WHO, and other major health players, those are the only ones I could think of right now. Okay, so now back to HR Quad 6. This is all having to do HR Quad 6. Anyways, so Section 2, Subsection A is, in the title it says in general, which I found odd. It says to trace and monitor the contacts of infected individuals and to support the quarantine of such contacts through mobile health units, which is vague as I don't know what. About this whole COVID-19 task force, they might be, they might morphing into be morphed into putting boots on the ground, so to speak. On top of that, coupled with the military and some more shit, If breaking down people's doors and snatching them up, they might have certain people on the police force. You never know. You know what I'm saying? And then going back, it's and monitor the contacts of infected individuals, So you got the infected individual, y'all are more worried about everybody else that this person has been in contact with. Like, what the fuck? So if they're in contact with these people, how are you even certain that they're COVID positive? Unless if you're going to kick down their door and forcibly test them? I mean, is this what you're going to do? Yeah. Anyways, still under Section 2, Subsection A. Okay, so yeah, number 2. As necessary, testing individuals and providing individuals with services related to testing and quarantine and the residents. Quarantine and the residents. So now because I wrote down my thought on that one. I had to because I would have forgotten it. Okay, so what happens if the person has not been around anyone with it, but do they still quarantine at their home? Like, say someone, they've already been in quarantine, and then, somewhere along the way they pop up as COVID positive. Like, do they keep them in their home to quarantine? Where do they take that person off to? Are you taking them off to like some kind of quarantine camp? I don't know. I don't know what's happening there with that one, It's just vague shit, like, and they do it on purpose. Okay, Section C, Subsection 1, it says, applicants who are proposing, I underlined proposing, because you propose something don't mean you're going to do it. Anyways, proposing to conduct activities funded under this section in hotspots being areas of high COVID-19 cases. Okay, there was another meaning for hotspots too, I just don't remember what it is. So with that being said, now this is what got me, because it brought me back to the whole, now all of a sudden colored folks are the big deal in getting this bullshit, when technically it's already being let out that they're killing us, they're letting us die, but blah, blah, blah. So, Chicago, okay, being one of the big areas, but my thing is what area of Chicago? Because there's areas that are mostly populated with white folks, there's areas that are mostly populated with black folks, colored folks, my bad. Okay? Say like New York, same thing. Texas, like in every damn state except for really Wyoming and like those middle white states like Wyoming, Utah. I like saying Utah. Yeah, those are the only two that are off the top of my head. They have more high populations of white folks than they do have colored folks. Colored folks is like we're like mostly coastal, really. Just saying. Mostly, but it's yeah, that's what it pulls me back to when it comes down to the word hotspots, and then and in the section D, this is just a one-parter section, says the secretary shall ensure that grants are distributed across urban and rural areas. Once again, since we are the higher population that are dying of COVID-19, blah, blah, blah. This is another one that bothered me too. Section F, subsection H. This is going into the types of entities that are eligible for these grants. Okay, talking about schools, colleges, nonprofits. Oh, first thing that popped up was Bill and Melinda Gates. They're nonprofit. They might try to collect on this too. Just saying. At the same time, couple in their vaccines. Just saying. The vaccines with nanobots that are going to be attaching to your DNA and all that other nonsense. Yeah. Anyways, so okay, so yeah, section F, subsection H says any other type of entity that is determined by the secretary to be an eligible entity. So besides it just being nonprofit, schools, and they listed about like 4 other ones, anyone else that it could be I don't know, it could be Trader Joe's. Okay. That is proposing this mess to get the grant money and, you know, being one of those eligible entities for track and tracing. And you know what, thinking about it, I would not, that's, to me, that's not really that far-fetched, as, you know, when it comes down to what they're having